Let's look at what I love and hate about my kitchen. There's a few things in this kitchen that I really love. Let's look at the first one. Maybe you can guess what it is if you've watched any of my other videos. No corner cabinets. That's right, how could I have a corner cabinet in my kitchen if I go on and on about how much I really don't like them and I think there's a better way to do corners. Starting off with my upper cabinets, both of these are just kitty cornered with a molding. These moldings just form a 90-degree angle, and the space up in here is void. There's nothing up there at all. These cabinets are just standard run-of-the-mill cabinets that come together at a 90-degree angle. I don't want to have to reach for anything that's way up in the top corner. This way, everything is within reach, and these cabinets can be wider. Instead of having a corner cabinet that is hard to access and then a skinny, narrow cabinet next to it, I can maximize this space on either side that is more accessible, it stores more, and I don't have to worry about reaching up in the back of some corner cabinet. On the bottom corner, I don't have any corner cabinet at all. There's no Lazy Susan, there's no blind corner, there's no anything. Both of these are just two separate cabinets with a molding in the center making a 90-degree angle, and everything inside of there is just covered up, it's void. I have no access to it at all. Gasp, I can't believe I'm losing all that space. But here's the benefit. I have access here with this cabinet. This is a spice pullout, which is much more functional for us in the home than having something that is super deep, hard to access, down on your knees. We've never missed the space that's in that corner, ever. We've never complained about it. We've never said, I wish we had to put a corner cabinet in with a Lazy Susan. This is very functional and it works well. The next favorite part about my kitchen is my pantry. Not only is it wide enough and deep enough to store all kinds of food items, but it has pullouts. A pantry cabinet can be one of two things. A really great spot to store stuff, but it's hard to access, or a really great spot to store stuff that's easy to access, and this is what pullouts do. Everything is right there where you need it, especially down below in cabinets like this. Things can get lost in a regular pantry that don't have pullouts, and so having that accessibility is perfect. It works great for us. I wouldn't do a pantry any other way, and if there was one place I was gonna spend money in my kitchen, it would be to make sure that I had some type of pullout system in a cabinet like this. Every kitchen needs a set of deep, wide drawers. Our 3-drawer bank is in our island. This cabinet keeps all of our plates and bowls. We have all of our Tupperware, miscellaneous goods, and our cutlery. I can't stress enough about how important drawers are. They are the most accessible base cabinet you can get. You can store so much in these. We love these. I wouldn't have a kitchen without it. One of the downfalls of having lots of drawers in your kitchen is that removing them can be difficult if the drawer rail system that you're using is a little bit clunky and hard to deal with. There's lots of drawer rail systems out there, but the one I recommend is an undermount drawer system that clips on and off with ease. Let me show you what I have in this kitchen. Pull the drawer out, and underneath are these little clips. I'll show you what they look like in a second. You just pull those clips, pull the drawer out, bam. Drawers out, you can clean the drawer, you can get rid of those. It's super easy to deal with. How do you put it back in? Well, you don't have to mess around. You don't even have to pull those rails out. You can just stick it back in there. Oh, you're like, oh, that doesn't seem to work. You just wait, you just slide it in, hit it, bam. It doesn't get any easier than that. If you need to remove your drawer to clean it out or to change something, that's the way to go. You see those things under there? I mean, they just clip on, the drawer goes on there. You can buy these online on Amazon. They're made by Blum. Blum is a great manufacturer for cabinet hardware like this. I highly recommend that you get something like this if you're gonna upgrade your kitchen to make it that much easier. I love these drawer rails. I wouldn't have it any other way. One of the things I love about our kitchen is our recycle bin pullout. These bins are super easy to remove and clean and empty. They do need to be cleaned from time to time because it gets a little bit grimy, so keep that in mind when you're putting this in your kitchen. However, very great to have. It makes our life a whole lot easier, and it keeps all that stuff neat and tidy. I personally do not like having a space between the top of my wall cabinet and my ceiling. So in my cabinets, they are finished to the ceiling. These are 36-inch high wall cabinets, leaving a 6-inch gap to the ceiling that we fill in with molding and soffit panel to create the finished look. This way, I don't have to worry about dusting it. I don't have to worry that somehow there's going to be some trinket end up there as some kind of display area. We don't want that. We don't want an extra spot to clean. This finishes nicely, it looks beautiful, and it's definitely a way to go if you want a more cleaner look in your kitchen. There's lots of ways to do microwaves. You can put them in a pantry unit, you can put them in a wall cabinet. Some people, and I don't know why I prefer to put them over their ranges, but if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I'm not a fan of that. And anyway, we'll leave that alone. But what we did in our kitchen is we put it in our island in a base cabinet, and we absolutely love it. Our microwave is a built-in model, so it fits inside this cutout in our base cabinet. There's a drawer underneath so that we can store whatever we want to store. And this particular microwave is a pull-down oven door style. It makes it a little bit safer when you're pulling things out. The door gives you a little bit of protection in case you did drop something or something spilled. And it's just an easy lift onto the countertop from there. Now let's look at some of the things I'm not super fond of in my kitchen, and it all starts with this window. Now this is one of the things I definitely would have changed if I had a thought about it and put a little more planning into this renovation, is I would have made this window a whole lot bigger. These two wall cabinets on either side of this window are not that indispensable that I could have done without them. We don't have that much stuff that we need those two wall cabinets to even be there. We could have made this window a whole lot wider, giving a whole lot more light into this kitchen. So that's the one thing I definitely would have changed if I had a thought about it and not kept this little window in my kitchen. This is one thing you should definitely consider in your next renovation. Put in the biggest window you can. Man, it's cold. Sink cabinets can be a real issue because they store things that can spill. They store chemicals. Usually there can be garbage underneath there. Under the sink of most kitchens is a little bit gross. And the truth is, in my kitchen, it's really no different. Here's what my under the sink cabinet looks like, and the only thing I would have definitely changed is I would have had some type of pull-out drawer system in this cabinet. Now we do keep our garbage underneath there. If I had to change anything, I would definitely put something that is a little easier to deal with underneath my sink. There are so many options out there for backsplash tile that we really just couldn't decide when we were trying to get this kitchen finished. Obviously we left it go and it's just paint on the walls. This is one of the things we will be doing very soon in the future to change our kitchen, is to put a backsplash tile in there. The problem is there's so many options we just can't decide. So if you have something that you think would look awesome in our kitchen, let me know in the comments. Lighting is essential in any kitchen, and the one thing that I should have thought about and planned ahead for was to install under the cabinet lighting. Right now I'm forced to have to go out and buy LED strips that plug in and there's a little switch on them. They don't look the prettiest. I don't like having cords hanging everywhere. If I had to do it over again, I would have went in and wired these for under the cabinet lighting, because lighting is very important. Mark, how come you didn't put under the cabinet lighting in your kitchen? I don't know. We were in a rush to get in here. It was just the last thing we thought about, and then it was too late because all the walls were finished. Now, we did put pot lights in. We put a pendant over our island. We have them on dimmers, and there's a lot of light in this kitchen, but a little more underneath those cabinets would have come in handy. I like having the biggest island that's possible in a kitchen, and in this kitchen, well, this is all that's possible. There's no overhang, and that's the one thing I wish we could have had in this kitchen. We can't because of the passway through. It just would be too big, and it would be in the way. But having a big island and a deep island is really, really nice. Drawers, drawers, drawers. You can't get enough drawers, but in this kitchen, I instead put pullouts behind two doors. Now, while essentially I get the same amount of functionality, it would have been just as easy for me to put a drawer bank here. However, if you want to break up the look of the kitchen so that it's not all drawers everywhere and you want it to have something that's a different look, this is a great way to do it. If you're wondering what a newly renovated kitchen would look like in your space, my online kitchen design solution might be the right choice for you. Check it out in the description below. Oh, we didn't talk about my countertops. We gotta talk about my countertops. Yes, we do. Mark, do you have granite or porcelain or quartz? This, my friend, is good old Formica laminate countertop. Yes, that's right. I have laminate countertop in my kitchen. One is because basically we couldn't afford anything else. So there you go. And two, I like laminate. There's nothing wrong with it. For the price I paid for this, I can easily replace it without breaking the bank if I decide to in the future. There's lots of nice colors to choose from. The sky's the limit out there. They make laminate look like so much today that you're able to get something that suits you and that you like. Laminate countertop is very durable as long as you treat it properly and you don't put anything super hot on it to make it bubble or delaminate. And you shouldn't be cutting right on it, even though sometimes we do anyway. I hope you enjoyed this little look inside of my kitchen. If you want to design a truly functional kitchen, check out this video. We'll see you soon. Bye.